Hello, everyone in Australia who really desperately needs to sell tuna. My name is Aaron, and this is Wattle Labs. So today I'm going to show you how to sell tuna using AI and machine learning. So Wattle Labs has created a large behaviour model of the Australian population. This covers 100% of the population, that is all 28 million people. We have been verified to be 92% accurate with all our predictions, which is 60 predictions per person. This demo is very, very rudimentary as far as our technology goes, but it could have profound effects as far as business or even charities go. So I'll just get into it. We're going to show you how our customer profiling technology, that is profiling each and every individual's behavioural, psychological, socio-economic and demographic attributes. Our model is keyed on very, very simple information that should be available to every company in Australia about their customers, that is their age, sex and location. We're going to take that and then we're going to do a simple segmentation to help you sell tuna. You can imagine that on Monday morning, your boss comes in and says, if we don't uplift our tuna sales by 50%, you're all sacked. We're all gone. So the first thing everyone does on Monday morning is panics. Then they talk to the data scientists and they say, well, we must have to run a campaign. So what's the best type of campaign we can come up with? So modern data science would probably say, you've got a bunch of customers and you've got sales data. What we really need to do is we need to segment the customers into 4 groups. We're going to find the customers in group 1 who last purchased Simply Tuna or most often purchase Simply Tuna or purchase it a lot or purchase it within the last 7 days. We're going to do the same for John West. We're going to do the same for Serena Tuna and Wild Tides. So you're going to be segmenting all of your customers into these 4 buckets. And if you've got anyone left over who's never purchased tuna, you might just randomly smear them across, pick a random bucket for them. And you go, great, we're going to run this massive campaign this week. We really need to make, 50% by Friday. So you run the campaign and then on Friday, your boss comes in and he just simply says, you are fired. The reason you're fired is most data science leads to this type of outcome. Google does this all the time. Google will advertise something to you that you're just not interested in or something you've already previously purchased. And in this case, what will typically happen is everyone will panic. We'll run the Simply Tuna campaign for people who purchase Simply Tuna. What it is doing is it's not making any more revenue. So the marketing campaigns will be extremely successful in click-through rates, as in the person already eats tuna, they're going to purchase it anyway. You put an offer for, 10% off on the tuna and they clicked on the ad. It's not surprising. They were going to purchase it anyway. This type of philosophy gets a huge click-through rate, but it gets no revenue. And because we needed revenue to not be fired, we all got sacked. So that's a really bad result. So using psychological behavioral techniques, using AI and machine learning, we can discover a lot more about customers to greatly enhance the type of the ad or which ad we put in front of which person. And I'll just show you. And this isn't even a very difficult example of what we can do. So we'll get rid of that and we'll go back in time, like back to the future or back to the past. And so what we notice about these 4 tuna brands, and it doesn't have to be tuna, it could be hi-fis, shoes, anything at all. But what we do notice about these particular ones is Simply Tuna is, well, we notice price over here. Simply Tuna is $1 relatively. John West is, relatively speaking, twice as expensive. Serena Tuna, relatively expensive, is like $4. And Wild Tides is approximately $2. So we've got the really expensive one, really cheap one, and the others that ran. The other thing we can look at is the position of these. And this is us on Monday morning panicking. We need to make money. So this is our war room of how we're going to do it. We look at tuna and its position as budget. It's a budget option. John West is positioned as best. John West by the best. Not necessarily true, but that's what the John West advertising says. Serena Tuna is premium. It may not be, but by virtue of the fact it's 4 times more expensive than the budget version, it is positioning itself as the premium version, and Wild Tides is positioning itself as the green version. Now, for us to make money and save our jobs by Friday, what we're really going to have to do is we're going to have to not just run campaigns to get clicks. That's not going to help anyone's job. We're going to have to move people who are in Simply Tuna to one of these 3 options. Now, the people who currently purchase Simply Tuna, will make it simple. They always purchase Simply Tuna. Your companies and your data science departments and your third-party vendors have no understanding of which one of these 3 alternatives that you should be pushing them to. And that's where our behavioural modelling and psychological profiling comes in. What we can do is we can, and I won't do the whole example, I'll just do this first part of it. We can very simply take the cohort of people in so we'll take the cohort of people who are currently in Simply Tuna. So this is current data science. Just find all the customers who currently always buy Simply Tuna. What we're going to do then is we're going to take that list, and using our behavioural modelling, behavioural techniques, we're going to segment the customers then into 3 buckets. So we're going to take any cohort. We can do this with any cohort, but we're going to take the people who are currently in Simply Tuna, and we're going to identify within that cohort the high income. So there's a high correlation between high income and Serena Tuna, because it's a very expensive product. We're also going to find the people who have got a product focus. I'm going to use a different color. Out of this cohort of people, we'll find the high income earners. They're high income, but they're still buying, I don't know, that was their favorite tuna. They're still buying it for some reason. But these are high income people, most likely to purchase the expensive product. We're going to look at the people who've got a propensity or a focus on products, and we'll use green to say, we'll find out of this cohort of people, the people who are focused have got a green focus. So what we're doing here is we're taking this person who would have spent $1, and there's a third, it'll be a bit less than that. There's a third of a chance we can move them up to a $4. There's a third of a chance we can move them to $4. There's a third of a chance we'll move them up if we find that is, if our profiling technology is number one spot on. It's been proven to be 92% accurate. And if that holds, we'll have a third of a chance moving the $1 sale up to $2, third of a chance up to $4, and 1/3 up to $2, which means in total, when we run the campaign for the week, we should be expecting, and it's never obviously going to be this good, but we should be expecting 1/3 of 4 plus 2 plus 2, which equals 8 on 3. So our expected value is 2.66 uplift in total. That's total revenue. You would have had 1.0 got transformed into 2.6, which means we should be increasing sales by 166.66%. It's never going to be that good. It's going to be less. There's people who are not going to move. So at least from a theoretical position, so long as the psychological profiling of the customers hold, we're looking at increasing our sales by 166% on this campaign. And I'm not talking about click-through rates and click rates that are not making you money. We're talking about, we start from a position of how do we psychologically profile the people who are in one cohort and nudge them and move them into another cohort that then will have a higher return for us as the retailer. And the same thing works for donations. It can work across any sector. It doesn't matter. So that's the goal. At least we start. So by Monday lunchtime, we're starting from a position that we have a theoretical return of 166%. We tell the boss, hey, we're looking at 166% increase in revenue this week. It'll never be that much, but at least with the previous model, we were looking at no net loss. And sure, we're not going to make the theoretical prediction of 166% uplift in revenue. The result by Friday is not fired, maybe promotion. Well, that's a lot of better outcome. Anyway, that's all I want to say on that. I hope you have a really great day. Thank you very much. This works across all segments, across all sectors, charity, FMCG, luxury goods. Let's all not get fired and get promotions instead. Thank you. Have a great day. Goodbye.